2023 and the team. Tonight on this occasion, I would like to thank to the Rotary leaders who are present tonight. We have a special night because all of you can join this event, and we will listen and learn from PDG Jason Lim and PDG Leslie. Dear Rotary leaders, tonight we will learn from PDG Jason and PDG Leslie as our resource speakers, who will share some ideas and his experience about facilitating online training and managing Rotary training events and how to become a good facilitator. For this lesson, I hope that all who are present this evening can learn and absorb what PDG Jason and PDG Leslie will convey, so that all of us can increase our knowledge about Rotary and can pass on the knowledge to other Rotarians. I do encourage all the chosen facilitators and AGs to take this opportunity to learn and take notes from an expert. Hope all the knowledge we gain tonight will make us effective facilitators for coming district training programs. As RIPE Jennifer Jones said, to better engage members, we need to adapt and retool. Therefore, we need to engage members through meaningful responsibility. This training tonight will help us to adapt and be a better facilitator for District 3410's future, which is all of us, all of our responsibility. To conclude this, RIPE Jennifer Jones also said, you don't imagine yesterday, you imagine tomorrow. We all have a dream, but acting of them is our choice. Imagine the world without polio. Imagine the world with clean water for everyone. Imagine the world free of disease. Imagine the world every child can read. Imagine the word kindness and hope and love and peace. It's our team 2022 and 2023 Imagine Rotary. Thank you. Thank you,
PGE, please open the session.
Okay. Talk.
Okay.
Session open. Okay.
Let's give ourselves a warm applause, everyone. Now the session is open. For the benefit of those who were not around during the day one, let's have a flashback of day one session. May I invite District Governor nominee Dita Socarte for lessons learned on day one session.
Thank you, Pepe Betty.
Dita, please.
Thank you. I'm trying to do my virtual expertise and do a lesson learned. Share screen first. Okay. Okay, is it? Everybody can see this?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
good evening, everyone. For those who had missed, or maybe this is a refreshing about what we had learned on lesson learned day one by PDG Andre Suharto. there were two topics being discussed. One is effective facilitator, and it covers the difference between training, presentation, and facilitation. And then it was shared by PDG Andre that becoming a facilitator should be neutral and encouraging. Also, do more listening than talking. So it's 80% listening and 20% talking. And the facilitators are responsible to make sure that the group are focused. It's all about the people attending the session. And then you have to be prepared prior to the meeting. Do homework on topic-related data. And he also shared 10 qualities of a good facilitator that he mentioned in his slides. To name a few, it's like when you are a great facilitator, you need to be unbiased. You need to be flexible. You need to be timely, and some others. Also, there are 3 roles in being a facilitator. He mentioned that 1, you are an architect. That means you have to design and make the blueprint of your result-based agenda. So gather the information and be the architect for the blueprint. And the second role is the pilot. You are responsible for the journey, ensure that everything needed is available to start the meeting. And then you also act as a guide, lead the group during the process, especially when facing challenges. PDG Andre also shared about various effective questioning techniques, the open-ended, the direct questions. And then you have to use checklists before session begins. And then they were shared important tips and tools and techniques. That's the first topic that he shared. The second one is adult learning. Adult learning is different than children learning. You have to involve the participant. Some of the methodology shared by PDG Andre is that make use of a presentation for adult learning, doing workshop, case study, or role play. That's getting the participant involved. And he shared about 8 ways how adults learn. To name a few is they always take information, they are self-directed, and it's a situation and need-based learning. And last but not least, PDG Andre shared quotes that I think it's quite important for us, for those who want to be a facilitator. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. That's by Benjamin Franklin. So practice makes perfect. That's the notes from PDG Andre. That's all I can share from what we had learned on day 1. Thank you, Pepe Betty. I'll give it back to you.
Wow, that is all of it. Thank you, DG and Dita.
You're welcome. Now I have to stop sharing.
Yes, please.
Please bear with me. I'm learning how to do this too.
Sure, take your time.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Okay, I did it.
You did it. Okay. You have another one later.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Every day, every day.
Every day.
Practice makes perfect. That's
Yes.
important.
You just said it.
Yeah.
And practice it. Okay. Now, I wonder what notes and message our district training chair have for us. So without further ado, past District Governor Eva Conyati, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Pepe Betty, our best MC forever. Selamat malam, good evening. Special greeting to my 2 best friends, PDG Jason Lim from Thailand, District 3350, and also PDG Leslie Samarhuddin from District 3300, Malaysia. Warm welcome to Indonesia. And also a very good evening to PDG Rudolfo I see PDG Raju and IPDG Rosie. Thank you for joining. And also our DG Budi, full of spirit tonight, although he's not feeling well. And DGN Dita, who has done so well on the lesson learned. DGN Daniel, who is our IT person. And especially the chosen potential future leaders, the facilitators, AGs, a warm welcome to all of you as well. And also warm welcome to two special road tractors, Anel and Kiki. I'm so glad to see both of you are here. And also to our MC, Betty. I'm very delighted as a district training chair. Day one of the training of trainer was well attended with 38 attendance out of 40 invited. Thank you for your participation, highly appreciated. And tonight, I see the same enthusiastic faces. Looking below, we have about 38 as well, attendees, very good. And thank you again for joining. And I am this evening also learning new information about facilitation and the learning process from the two experts. In day one, PDG Andre discussed how to handle adult training and the skill needed to be facilitator. You also heard DG and Dita presentation on the lesson and very clear, informative, and details. Thank you, DG and Dita. Now, moving on the day two, this evening, we are so fortunate to have two great speakers and talented and experienced trainers, PDG Jason and PDG Leslie. First, we have PDG Lesson from Thailand, District 3350, who will share about how to conduct effective online training. He will also highlight the differences between online and in-person training. Sawadika, PDG Jason. And the second speaker will be PDG Leslie from District 3300 Malaysia, who will share about managing Rotary training session and type of Rotary training. And he also will have an open floor for discussion. So I hope all will take this opportunity to learn, especially take good notes, learning something new, because you all tonight will be a facilitator for incoming district events such as DTTS, PETS, and DISTAS. And beside that, I also do encourage everyone to go to Learning Center to get some resources to become good as a facilitator, especially our District 3410 need all of you to facilitate a good program for the incoming future leaders. Last but not least, I would like to thank you to my dedicated training committee team, DG Budi, Pepe Betty, DGN Dita, and DGND Daniel, Pepe Tulus, and a special thanks and appreciation to PDG Rudolfo as District Training Program Advisor. Without further ado, let's get started and have a productive learning session. Thank you.
Thank you, PDG Eva, for that message. Now, our first speaker tonight is PDG Jason Lim from Rotary Club of Bagna, District 3350, Thailand, who will speak about online training. Do you want to know him first? Let us invite DGN Dita to introduce him to us. DGN Dita, please proceed.
Thank you, Pepe Betty.
You're welcome.
Let me get his. Okay. Oops. Is it missing?
Not yet. Okay, now.
Sorry. Okay.
Learning.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening, Rotarians. It's a great honor for me to introduce one of the speakers for tonight, who is going to share with us on the topic of effective online training or effective virtual training. This is a topic in which we should all be deeply interested in, because without doubt, due to the current situation, we are still required to conduct our training virtually. PDG Jason Lim, as a true Rotarian, his active involvement in Rotary started in year 2000 as a chartered member of Rotary Club Bangkok, Bangna of District 3350, and now a major donor level 4. He had continuously held important leadership positions from club presidents and other club chairs to district governor in 2016 to 2017, as well as other various district positions. And moving forward, he had expanded the area of accountabilities to the zone level as assistant Rotary coordinator and Polio Now coordinator, regional Rotary Foundation coordinator, and in the last 2 years until present, appointed as the facilitators for Zone and Rotary Institute, of which last year I was one of his trainees. Thank you, PDG Jason. He is also the recipient of numerous awards. To name a few: Rotary International Service Above Self Award, Rotary Foundation Citation for Meritorious Service, and many others. Rotarian, please join me in welcoming PDG Jason Lim. PDG Jason, the time is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor Nominee Diti.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Current, past, and incoming district and club leaders of District 3410. Imagine Rotary. I love this team. Jennifer Jones says, we are not going to imagine yesterday, we are going to imagine tomorrow. But today, I'm going to tell everyone and urge everyone, let's imagine today we are all in Jakarta and hugging one another. How are we going to do that? Let's go by vision. If all of you love each other, click heart from the reaction button. That is how we're going to hug each other. Click a heart. Let's imagine today we are together. Congratulations, all of you are going to be the incoming facilitator. As a facilitator, we need to speak with confidence. But bear it in mind, don't be overconfident. Confidence is good, but sometimes overconfidence is no good, right? Thank you very much for the introduction. Like past presidents Bichai always said, biodata are history. We are supposed to move forward. Whatever we are going to do today and tomorrow is the most important. Before I start, let me tone first. As I will be sharing my slides by myself, I may not be able to see the participant raising hands. So may I ask a favor from my sister, PDG Eva? You would need to help me to look at who has raised hands when the question is being asked and call their names so that they can participate in the session.
Aye, sir.
Thank you very much, sister. Tonight's session will not be successful if I'm going to speak alone. PDG Andre says, what did PDG Andre say? I forgot.
Talk 20%, listen 80%.
That's right, because I did not listen to him. Tell me and I will forget. Teach me, I may learn. Involve me. That is where you will you will learn. All right. So tonight's session would not be successful if there is no participation from the floor, right? I always like to say this word: there is no right and wrong answer. So when there's a question, please share. I'm not here to teach, but I'm here to share and every one of you. Let me click my slides. By now, most of you have known me. My name is Jason. I'm from Rotary Club of Bangkok, Bang Na, District 3350. House rule, please mute yourself throughout the session, unless you want to speak, right? Stay seated, stay present. Please do not turn off your camera because we want to see you, right? Jot down important notes and stay positive. Whether you agree with me, with Leslie or not, let's think it positively, because one trousers cannot fit all. Sometimes it may work in Indonesia, but it may not work in Thailand or in Malaysia, right? So let's listen to everyone's idea, be positive. There are two kinds of training: visual training and in-person training. So tonight, what kind of training or sessions are we involved in? What kind of sessions? Don't be shy.
Virtual training.
Visual training is by Zoom. But because just now I said, imagine Rotary when we are together. So we are as good as in-person training, but only through technology. So what is the difference? What is the difference? Anybody want to share? What is the difference between visual training and online training? Is there anybody? Don't be shy.
Online training, PDG.
Yes.
I were to say online training, we only see the half of our our face, and then we didn't see the body. Offline training, we will bonding each other, see all the gesture. Yeah, thank
Right.
you.
Thank you very much, DG convener. The difference between online training and virtual training is actually you will be able to see each other gesture when you're meeting in person. That is good. That is absolutely right. The other difference is preparation. Which kind of trainings need more preparation? Can I have new facilitators? New facilitators, those will be first time to become facilitators in District 3410. What do you think? Preparation between online training and in-person training. Which one is more difficult?
I think offline is more difficult.
Offline is more difficult. Very good. Why? There's always why.
Because it's better with we have the slides and also maybe share the hands out to the participants so they can take some note in our hands out. So then we print out the slides and maybe we should prepare some activity to engage and the activity maybe needs some tools.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. For in-person training, normally one day you can complete all the training. But for online training, let's say, for example, one day, 8 hours, you will be able to complete your training. But for virtual training, Can we sit down in front of the screen for more than 3 hours? The answer is no. No way. Because thanks to COVID, technology has helped all of us. We can conduct training, we can conduct our event effectively without meeting one another. But most of us are having Zoom fatigue. Most of us are having Zoom fatigue. Because just imagine if we are in front of the screen for more than 1 hour, our eyes get sore, right? We need to go to the gents or go to the ladies. We can't go anywhere, right? So these are the restrictions. But the good thing about online training is that you save your budget. Basically, there's not much cost, but preparation is very important. We need to prepare our participant. How are we going to prepare our participant? Later, I will tell you, right? So this is visual training from in-person to online. Let's start a poll. Let us start a poll. My first question is, please indicate whether you have conducted. Attending and conducting is very different, all right? Whether you have conducted visual training via Zoom. IT, can you please help me to launch the poll? Or let me launch. I think the thing is not there. It's okay. Since the poll is not there, use your chatbot. Use your chatbot. If you have conducted visual training before, put a yes. Okay? Why? Have not conducted, put an N. Right? Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Keep coming. Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. It seems to me that most of you have already conducted the Zoom training via Zoom before. Thank you very much. So what is an effective visual training? You can have more than one facilitator in a training section. You need to plan to manage discussion by giving opportunity to all participants. When you are having online training, it's easy because we are seeing one another. But when you are having online training, how are you going to manage? Rotary International recommends that as a facilitator, we try not to call name. But if you met participants who are very shy, how are you going to manage your participant or encourage your participant to answer the question? Right? You may have to pre-plan. You may have to pre-plan. That's one of the ways. Number two, you may use by zone of your district. Can I have somebody from zone 1? Because I do not know in district 3410, how many zones are you divided to? You can always say that, can I have some from zone 1, zone 2, or what? You're still not mentioning it. Try always to make them participate. Like what I have shown you just now, having someone to assist you in technical support, right? Like we are sharing our own slides. Why do we have to share our own slides? Because we prepare our slides. We facilitate ourselves. It's better than we control our own slides. If we let someone control our own slide, sometimes it's quite difficult because some people will have a tendency of saying next, which is not that, right? So the is that you control your own slide, but you may not be able to see everybody. So you need somebody to help you. I have shown you an example. I've requested PDG Eva to check for me, right? To help me. Then, poll setting, I have shown you a bad practice. Why I say that? Because as a facilitator, I must come in at least half an hour or 1 hour before the session starts. I intentionally do it because if I don't do it, you will not see what is the bad practice. See, like zone training, we have rehearsal, and after we have fixed one day with the training leaders on rehearsal, and on the actual day, we normally comes in 30 minutes before time to check our slides, to check our poll. So this is intentionally, I show you. If you don't have this rehearsal, what will happen? If there's any things that are not done, do not get panic. If the poll is not set up, it is okay. Use features like chat. That's another way, alternative. All right. This is what I have shown practically to all of you. Using share screen, some of the new facilitators, especially senior facilitators, they are used to in-person training, but they're not used to technology. How are we going to do it? We can actually get somebody to help them. And the best way is you come in for rehearsal. When you come in for rehearsal, practice makes perfect. One time not enough, you go second time. You can always request your training leaders to do so. And as a facilitators or trainers, do not conduct your session via iPad or mobile phone. Very important. What is the reason? What is the reason? Simple reason. Because iPad and mobile phone will not be able to share screen. All right. So as a facilitator, as a trainer, we need to share screen. So always use a laptop. And when you are a facilitator, you make sure you select your sitting location with strong Wi-Fi. What if countries like for example, you are in the province? I do not know in Indonesia, how is the Wi-Fi signal in province? In the province, is it weak or
weak?
Very weak, right? If it's weak, you need to be a facilitator. What should you do?
Go to the hotel.
To hotel. Very good. Very good. This is one of the choice. The other way that we can do it is that we sit the assistant of your IT team.
Yeah,
right?
you need a backup.
You get the backup. That is why PDG Eva called me 2 days ago. Send me your slides. Send me your slides. Why? It's not because she do not trust me. It's because sometimes if my Wi-Fi at home fails me, straight away, Indonesia IT team show the slides. That is the reason. You know, sometimes facilitators say, why? The training leaders do not trust us. We are professional trainers. It is not. It is just preparation due to unforeseen circumstances, right? Check your lightings. Look at my postures. Is my lighting good? It's clear, right? But sometimes, some facilitators, you will see dark faces. I will show you later. Your camera height, not too high, not too low, right? Try to be in the center of the screen, because always remember your participant is going to look at the screen for 2 hours. Normally a training takes 2 hours. So if your postures is no good, your lighting is no good, it's very irritating for them. All right. So always make sure you choose the right spot with strong hi-fi, your lightings, your camera height normally should be at eyes level. So when you speak, if you notice me, I always look at you. But some new facilitators, they prepare script. So they practically read from the script. So participants will notice. There's another trick. If you need to read from the script, right? You may, okay, put your script on the other screen big enough so that you can actually read the script, but people will see you like you are actually speaking from your heart and looking at them. That is eyes contact, which is very important. Look at this. If the lighting is not right, you will see the person on the left. You can't even see his face properly. But I see today's participant, most of you has the right spot. The lighting is good. Look at the center image, right? It's too low. It's too low. It's not at eyes level. So it's also not supposed to. And the correct one should be the one on the right. But the one on the right is also slightly too high up. Okay, by right, if you look at my screen, it's about eyes level. All right, this should be the right ways of the postures of a facilitator. Okay, and as a facilitator, we must be familiar with the command, the features command. What are the features command? Unmute button. Share, start the video, the camera, on and off the cameras, then your poll and your share screen. These are all the important ones. And if you have a breakout room session, you must also know how to start a breakout room. But as a facilitator, if you're not familiar with breakout rooms, what should you do? Anyone? If you're not familiar with breakout room, what should you do?
Get the technical team.
Very good. Make use of the technical team. All right, because nobody knows everything. Okay, but the technical teams are trained for all this. So what you have to do is that IT support, please start the breakout room. Okay. Then of course the other important thing is the reaction. The reaction buttons sometimes, all right, may not be able to see participant raising hand and all this. So what you can do is use the raising hand button. Okay, the reaction button is on the right third button, because you have a fourth button. Extreme right is the end, then the fourth one is reaction. Like just now, I have shown you one example. Imagine row 3. Imagine we are hugging one another. Click the hug button. This make use of all these features, right? We have already said, right? Touch on this. And this is the raise hand button. And of course, some participants will always answer. Try to ensure that everybody have a chance to participate. All right. Then it normally, when three of them has raised hand, you will see in order. The extreme left first person is actually the first one who raised, and the second one and the third one, right? So either you as a facilitator will call their names, or you can get somebody to help you. Like me, I get PDG Eva to help me, okay? As a facilitator, if you see that it's the same participant who raised hand, first is the first person, he has answered a lot of questions. The second participant has not answered. What should you do as a facilitator? What should you do? My advice is ask the second participant to answer the question first. Give chance to new participants so that everybody's are involved in the session. Okay. So share screen features. Some of you may be very familiar. And when you are a facilitator, always check. Once you log in, straight away, you don't have to share first. You can actually click the share screen button, which is in green. You click once, you will be able to know whether the host has allowed you to share screen or not. All right. So if you click the green button and it shows that the host has not enabled you, what you can do is that you type a private message to the host or the IT person. All right. So if they do not read, don't be shy. Just tell them, can you please allow me to share the screen? Okay. So, and sometimes, if you are the host, do not assign you as co-host. But why you still can share screen? Because they have set in the features that even non-co-host can share screen, right? So as long as you can share screen, it is okay. More on screens, okay? So what you do is that try not to use video, because when you are using the videos presentation, most of the facilitators forgot to click two buttons, all right, which is the share computer sound on the extreme left. You need to click share computer sound. If not, the video play and you can't hear anything. Okay. So this is very important. And if you want to share video, your Wi-Fi must be very strong. If not, you get distorted. You don't have a good kind of effect that is coming out. So having said that, same thing, I know that the poll is not being set up. It is okay. In your chat box, have you used PowerPoint slides or similar software during your Zoom training that you have conducted? Some people will use PowerPoint, some people may use Keynotes and whatsoever. Have you used this software for your presentation? If yes, why? If no, and please click on your checkbox. Let me see. Yes, yes. Good. Start clicking. Yes, good. What about the rest who have not clicked on your checkbox? Have you done it before or not? Okay. I see more are coming. Thank you very much for your participation. You're good. Oh, okay. Those who have clicked, most of you have used PowerPoint. Okay, you have used PowerPoint. When you are preparing your slides, and if you share your slides, it is okay. But if you are asking the IT to share your slides, always check, because sometimes you may use Apple's, you may use Keynotes to prepare your slides, but the one that is helping you to share is using Microsoft. So the colors may go away, the alignment may not be in line. So always have a rehearsal. Check your slides. Make sure it is all perfect before you conduct the lesson, right? At times, when you are using PowerPoint, can somebody, host, can you mute everybody first? Then, can you mute everybody first? Yeah. Thank you very much. So, okay, sometimes you will have this thing happen because accidentally participant may unmute themselves. When you are online training, remind your IT, somebody to be alert. When you see somebody is unmuted when they are not speaking, IT, please mute them. You can actually mute them. All right. So these are all the checklists as a facilitator that we should check. When you are using PowerPoint slides, at times you will face problem. Like what? Face problem that the slides are not moving. Okay, like right now, I try to click my slides. It's not moving because I have do a few functions in my computers. What you have to do is not moving. Don't be planning. Use your mouse to click the slides one time and the slides will keep on moving. You get me? Because sometimes when you are facilitator, how comes I click enter? My slides are not moving at all. Always remember, do not open too many programs when you are doing presentation. All right. But because I'm sharing my slides, I move the screen. So sometimes your slide got stuck. So when your slides got stuck, don't get panic. Just move your mouse, click one time, and continue. The slides will move again, right? When you are constructing your slides, always remember, try to minimize animation. Because when you use animation, it will take up more bandwidth, right? So try to minimize your animation. Terms of rule, when you prepare your own slides, as a facilitator, I will recommend you to prepare your own slides. Because when somebody prepare your slides, you do not know what they prepare. So you prepare your own slides, and normally rules of time is 1 slide per minute. Okay, and always remember, insert your slide number. You see, you notice every on my slide I have a slide number. So when you check with your IT, you can actually refer, right? So the other one is write down the script. For me, I normally don't, but some facilitator they do. They do is for the participants and to prepare themselves. Okay, so it depends on individuals facilitators, right? But of course, to put the script on the slides. Okay. Use keywords. A slide should not be too wordy. As a facilitator, you may type a few words, but please do not read exactly what is in your slides. Because when you read exactly from your slides, you become a slide reader instead of a facilitator. All right? And you will lose attention. And when you're facilitators, some of the trainers like to copy the text exactly the same from the manual into the slides. Please do not do that. Because your participants can read themselves. What you need to do is something that is outside from the manual, okay? But in line with the manual. Use the correct Rotary logo. This is important, okay? If Andre and myself has used the same logo, this is from the brand center. Always go to the brand center to create. Some of you may ask, hey, how come there's no Rotary logos here? I mean, Rotary wording. This is what we call simplified logo. Okay, you can either choose a simplified logo or you can choose the brand logo. Okay, so this is how the choice is yours. Then use the PowerPoint template. Do not incorporate sound. Try not to incorporate sounds into your slides. It's quite problematic, you know. And the last one is most important, send to Zoom support for a copy before your session. Some people may send directly to the IT support, but my recommendation is send to your training leader. So the training leader gets a copy of your slides. He or she may amend, may want you to change. All right. Then after that, he or she will then pass on to the tech support. Okay. Remember, in any kind of training, we are not Lone Ranger. There's always team building and collaboration. Everybody makes a part to the key success of your training session. So take opportunity for upskill. This I will leave it to you. And be open to accept new ideas. Because some trainers, new Rotarians, they contribute new ideas. They say, no, in the past, we don't do this. Remember that the 4 priorities of the action plan increase our ability to adapt. The world is changing. Environment is changing. So is Rotary. We need new ideas to sustain Rotary. We need new ideas to grow Rotary. This is more important. Okay. So those are some of the tips that I have shared with all of you. Okay. Some of you may have already done this. If you have done this, this serves as a reminder, right? And you can improve. Once you know what is an effective training seminar, next is you are going to be facilitator. Imagine you are going to be the facilitators next week to talk about growing Rotary. What should you do? What should you do? We have listened so much already. Let me stop my first. I want to look at everybody. Okay. Okay. I have talked so much. As I mentioned, this session will not be successful if there is no participation from the floor. My incoming facilitators, you imagine that next week, PDG Eva is going to assign you a topic. All right, let's take an example, membership. As a facilitator, what should you do? Or what do you do? Can I have some lady incoming facilitator? Pretty young lady facilitator. Who think that you are pretty young facilitator? Please raise your hand. We call you and you share your ideas. What should you do? Don't be shy. Yes, Maitlan. Oh, you pretty,
Yeah.
Maitlan.
I have to be as pretty as PDG Eva.
Yes. Okay.
She is very
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah.
Please share.
Yeah, to make this event fun, I would say if PDG Eva would ask me to do some membership training, then I would
Yes.
first go to myrotary.org, be able to identify, utilize the presentation that they have something on membership topic. That's
Good.
one. Second, have a team or coordinate with other incoming facilitator as well and share ideas.
Right.
And as what you said, be able to have backup and do some preparation and also research on the clubs that you're about to have a discussion regarding the topic, because you need to know whether they are already a vibrant club or to assist them to become one. So that's so another beautiful facilitator can speak.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now with a beautiful incoming facilitators, I need a handsome man. Who think that you are the handsome man facilitators? Please identify yourself. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Actually, I wish I am the handsome man. I want to raise my hand, but because today I'm a facilitator, I can't. All right. So Hamson facilitator, please raise your hand and share. Nobody think that you're Hamson. Nobody think that you're Hamson. Who is going to talk about public image? Who is going to talk about public image? Young facilitator.
How
Whether a
about,
man or woman.
sorry, may I suggest, how about
Sure.
Arnel?
Yes.
He's going to be, I'm going to appoint him in the zone level for public image.
Yes. Go ahead. Share your ideas. How are you going to prepare yourself?
Arnel?
Don't be shy.
I know he can do it.
Don't worry, it's just your ideas. How are you going to do it? There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, because Rotary International do encourage the RPIC to appoint Rotractors as assistant RPIC.
Who is Arnel? I have not seen.
Arnel?
Can you spotlight him, IT?
He
I
left, I
think-
think. He left, I think.
He left. Oh my God.
Hide video, hide video.
Yes. So anybody want to share? Just an idea. Be prepared. Very shy. Okay. It's okay. So since everybody is shy and we have a pretty ladies has shared, okay, let me go to the slides again. And let me go this again.
Maybe give a
And-
chance to our, our DGND, Daniel,
Yes. Go ahead.
handsome guy.
Hamson guy. Yes.
Yes, PDG, Jason, actually, I have no confidence to talk in front other people. So I have to learn to previous district governor and my district governor. So I should ask DG Budi first and PDG Eva and IPDG as a psychologist, then I may be confident.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Thank. Okay.
Arnel is here. Arnel is here.
Don't worry, Eva. Don't worry about that. Let me handle this situation because it's very normal. My fellows incoming facilitators, all right? You are going to be facilitators. And if you are facilitators, nobody answers your question. How? How are you? Example. This is a very good example. What we're going to do is that do not force anyone. Do not force anyone. All right. This is actually a good example. Let's do it as per normal and imagine if today you are the facilitators. Nobody share ideas. That means we only learn from the book. There's no new ideas being created. So the sessions may not be effective. All right. Everybody have their own styles of facilitation. Like me, I try very hard to learn from Andre Soeharto. All right. But my style and his style is again different. As a facilitator, create your own style. Create your own style of facilitation. This is important. Okay. Do not follow what other people is doing, but create your own style. Preparing yourself. Okay, let me share the slides again. Yeah. Then later the next question, we start again. Everybody imagine you're going to be the facilitators. You have to do it. Don't be shy because we are all facilitators. We share ideas. Sometimes you may think, hey, my idea is not working. Not true. Other people listen. Yes, this should be the way. Why we did not think of that? So you may come up with very good idea. Always plan yourself. First of all, ask the training leaders what he or she wants you to talk. All right. Check how long you are being given. Right. And if you're talking about membership, make sure you yourself has gone through the manual. Previously, there's manual, but right now it's all online course. Have you ever gone through the online trainings on membership? This is important. As a facilitator, before I conduct my lesson, I always make sure I go to the learning center and take the online course first. So I know what is in the online course. From there on, I will modify my question and ask the participant. Okay, remember, you plan, take course on the learning center, use the leader's guide, because RI every year they always have a training leader's guide. Is it on PETS, training assembly, DTTS, or even Viber Club workshop? There is a leader's guide. I'm not too sure whether my Sifu PDG Eva, Sifu Miss teacher, my teacher PDG Eva, has you circulate the leader's guide to your facilitators yet?
No, I have actually circulate some of the material, not the leader guides yet. We do it, yeah, because we have not chosen and who gonna be the facilitator. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I'm sure PDG Eva, my Sifu, is going to send you your relevant topic. Okay, so these are all in your plan. So if let's say PDG Eva has give you only 30 minutes, right? You make sure you prepare your slides and your questions within the 30 minutes. If you got not enough, don't be shy. Talk to PDG Eva. I have not enough. Membership 30 minutes. I do not know how you finish it. Okay, so talk to your training leaders. That is important. Okay, next, prepare yourself. Very important, especially for those first times facilitators. You may have screen fright. You know, you may worry, hey, am I doing well or not? When I handle a difficult situation, what should we do? What should I do? You know, some people's not too sure. Without a script, can I conduct the lesson or not? Remember, prepare yourself. Like me, I like to go to the gens when I'm first time trainer. I go to the gens. You know what I do? I don't do any other thing, but I look at the mirror. What do I do when looking at a mirror? I speak to the mirror. That is the best way to practice yourself, prepare yourself. I speak to the mirror. So one time you do it, two times you do it, you get used to it. All right. So as a facilitator, Andre Sohato says that keep smiling. If you notice carefully, most of the time when I'm on screen, I put a smiling face. Even when I'm conducting the lesson, I put a smiling face because you are so sad. You must do this, you must do that. You know how boring it is. People get scared, do not dare to talk. All right. So prepare yourself. Make sure you go through every slide.
Excuse me, PDG.
Yes.
You have 2 minutes.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
I left with 2 minutes, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Prepare yourself. Set tones. Okay. Practice makes perfect. And very good. The MC has reminded me. Every session, make sure you end the meeting on time and every time. Okay. Resources I've mentioned before is your leader's guide. Learning center, just now I've said. Okay. I'm sure this Andre Sohato has already covered. Okay. Listening, questioning, sharing, problem solving, and managing conflicts. Okay. Use a participating style, accepting others, leading, and time management. Okay. Speak slowly, use visual guides, and rephrase. Then provide specific example, which I did it. Avoid interrupting, avoid jokes. But sometimes you need to actually soften the lessons. Okay, facial expression, gesture, vocal qualities, silence, and eye contacts. So just now I have tried to manage the difficult participant and unengaged participant. How I do it? I've shown you example. Actually, I have planned for best practice I want you all to share, but since I have 2 minutes, I do not have enough time. We will do it next time because I thought of sharing more ideas with you all. With this, I do not have. Do I have another minute? If I have,
Mr. Facilitator, trainer,
Yeah.
we will have a Q&A later on after PDG Leslie session.
Good.
Yeah, and then they can also share their view and experience later on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So with that, I should end on time because when I preach, I must do it. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. All right. And this, I hope that this opens the opportunities for all of us to serve Rotaries and change life. And imagine we are the next facilitators in days to come. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, PDG Jason. What an illuminating presentation, very detailed, very informative. Please, all of us give him a big applause. Yeah, thank you so much. Please stay on, PDG Jason. Yeah, please stay on. The Q&A will be later. And I give the floor back to MC.
Thank you, PDG Ephraim. Wow, PDG Jason. That was very informative, and we are learning much now today. And but we have some more in store for you. Moving on, our next speaker is past District Governor Leslie Salehuddin from Rotary Club Gombak, District 3300 of Malaysia. His topic is managing Rotary training sessions. Because PDG Leslie is from my sister club, I'm so honored. I have been given the privilege to introduce him to you. So I will say, take it away, Betty. Oops, that's me. Wait. Okay. Dear fellow Rotarians and Rotaractors, I am humbled and take pride to introduce a very dedicated Rotarian by heart. He's our sister club. He's from our sister club, Rotary Club Gombak, 3300 Malaysia. First time I met him was during the club's board changeover. That's in KL. I was a newbie then, but PDG Leslie and Spousila gave me a very warm welcome. There and then, I felt the spirit of camaraderie and fellowship. Going over his biodata, I am at awe of his dedication. Yes, he is a Malaysian, born in Taipei, blessed with a family, with a lovely spouse, Anzila, and 2 grandchildren from his son, Adi, and daughter, Misha. Oh, education. His education led him to Rotary, actually. He took secondary studies at the Victoria Institution, tertiary studies at New Zealand University of Otago and Canterbury. And this is where he was introduced to Rotary and started as a Rotaract for a brief time. His fellow council members of the Institute of Marketing Malaysia introduced him to Rotary Club of Gombak, and subsequently was inducted in June 1984. He was district governor during Rotary year 2009 to 2010. Here are some of his accomplishments. Maybe we can count it. He's club president during Rotary year 1997-98, Assistant Governor Rotary year 2003 to 2004, and at the district level, he has been active for the past 2 decades as Vice Governor, District Trainer, and as District Membership Chair twice. He is very passionate about membership, that he introduced more than 30 members to his home club and other clubs in his district and overseas. He is responsible in initiating Rotary Club of Puchong Centennial and was club advisor to Rotary Club Alpha Ampang and Rotary Club Bukit Angkasa. Let me briefly name a few of his notable projects. He acts as advisory role and supporting various district action groups. Among them is the blindness prevention, Rotary Kasi, spina bifida, and hydrocephalus, and the latest on mental health initiative. He has just completed his 3-year stint as District Rotary Foundation Chair and also reappointed as trustee of the Foundation of Rotary Clubs Malaysia. On the regional level, PDG Leslie was the Assistant Regional Coordinator for Districts 3310 and 3300. He will be, watch this, on July 1st, 2022, he will be the Rotary Regional Foundation Chair for Region 12, covering Zones 10 and NC. Give him a warm applause. He is very active in Rotary Institute also, and very visible. He served as trainer for district trainers and Council on Legislation. Was district representative at the Manila and Jogja, that's our institute, respectively, and also at the virtual Singapore Institute. That's how visible he is in most of our zone and regional trainings and events. He and his spouse, Zilla, were very honored to have represented past Rotary International President Rafi and spouse Fanafi at the district conference held in Lahore. Well, that's too serious. On a lighter note, PDG Leslie is an avid MU fans. Please add PDG Leslie to your list of MU avids. Now, with great pride, join me in welcoming with warm virtual applause, PDG Leslie Salahuddin. PDG Leslie, the floor is yours.
Thank you, MC Betty, or now I have to call you Sister Betty from my sister club.
Yes.
I did ask you to abridge the introduction. It has taken a full 10 minutes, so it looks like my session will be abridged by 10 minutes, yeah? Anyway, selamat malam, salam sejahtera, salam Rotary, and very good evening to all our friends here. First of all, let me just greet convener DGE Ronadi, as well as our incoming district trainer, past Governor Eva. And of course, I must acknowledge the presence of District Governor. I still call him Captain Budi, although he's no longer actively flying, I suppose, Budi. And you have with us the 3 R's. For your past governors, Rudy, Raju, and Rosie. Yeah, your past governors, the 3 R's. And we also have DGN DT with us. That was a good attempt, DGN. So not to worry, you just have more confidence. As you go along, you'll be fine. And also, I think we have the road tractors here. We have DRR, we have IPDRR, and DRRE. So what an opportunity for me to invite you to share with you all a little bit. And of course, past Governor Eva has been so kind. We are humbled. We are not experts in our topics, far from it. We are also learning all the time because Rotary is a journey. It's a journey for me. It's taken me 37 years to what I've done today. And I'm learning all the time because I'm very proud that Rotary, it's a potpourri, it's a mixture. You pick up your public speaking, not because you're a member of Toastmasters, because Rotary has that element. But now, of course, we are partnered with Toastmasters International, and we are part of so many programs that we do. So this is a tremendous I must say, tremendous initiative from incoming district trainer Eva and your team under the kind advice of I always call him Pak Rudy. Well done. So this is excellent. So first of all, let me just I'm actually the last speaker for this train the trainer session. So you have heard quite a fair bit in terms of facilitation skills, and of course my predecessor PDG Jason has gone through a very good 101 virtual, how to conduct virtual training. It's practically a 101. It's been very, very detailed. My session will be slightly different approach. I don't have too many colorful slides. What I'd like to do is to share, and I want you all, this is an ideas exchange program, yeah? So I want you all to share your thoughts. We want it to be an open discussion because I'm also learning all the time. So I think we want to make it a two-way traffic, yeah, if you like. So allow me to share screen with you. Okay, all right, let me just start from the beginning. Hang on a minute. Let me go to the beginning, the first slide. Right, here we go. So the topic I've been given by PDG Eva is basically to train the trainers. Yeah, it's an idea exchange. And I would like to just quote past RI President Ron Burton. And he has said, Rotary provides training at all levels so that those who have been selected for leadership positions have the opportunity to learn and apply leadership principles to their jobs. Their jobs in this case is your Rotary position and your Rotary role. You could be a club president, you could be an assistant governor, you could be a district governor, and you can go higher and aspire to be regional positions and even become a director. It's so important that communication today, it's critical for you to be a successful Rotarian. I think it's important. So our learning objectives this evening. By the end of our 55-minute session, it may be truncated to now 45 minutes. Together, we hope that you'll be able to firstly identify important qualities in an event venue, develop an event budget, recognize what resources that you need for your training events, understand the different layout that we use to maximize training effectiveness, and let's share ideas. Make this session proactive and beneficial to all. Yeah. All right. Let's start with a little bit of a discussion here. We have gone through a poll earlier on. Jason had gone through a poll with you. I want to just expand on that, basically to see how, what sort of training have you conducted? I see there were about 6 or 7 of you who have mentioned that you've done virtual training. Besides Rotary, could you share with me what sort of training have you done at what level, whether it's corporate or with another social enterprise? Yeah, could anyone just shout out, yeah, unmute yourself and just shout out what sort of training you've done, yeah?
PDG Jason, sorry, PDG Leslie.
Yeah.
Can I call upon Rotarian Moko?
Can you help me, please? Thank you. Thank you. If I please do that.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Thank you, PDG Eva, and thank you also, Sir Leslie. So can I just share using this guideline? I mean, you put already some of the key question there, right?
Yes. Yes. Just share with me what sort of training you have conducted, and perhaps you can even go on to the next question. How do you plan your training events?
Okay. Right.
Share a little bit with us. Yeah.
In my experience, I've been working in a SR consultant firm on my own. It's my own company, providing service for training and also strategic consulting. In terms of the training itself, I did that for several companies. And for sure, the way we proceed for the training is we have to prepare about the storyline. That's one thing. And then storyline is answering our subject to the objective, the main objective that we are going to achieve from the training events. And I can perhaps I can take one of the experience when I did the training session for a banking company. So when we describe and define the objective and we define the storyline, and then the third one is we come up with the scenario. Scenario means about what we need to do, what we need to prepare, the logistics stuff, and also sometimes we also need to prepare the games and simulation, something like that. And then, well, we go straight forward for the training itself on the D-Day. And the last thing that we always use as our value proposition is the monitoring checking. So in my experience, sometimes the training, people do the training, but they forgot about how they assess their result. When we talk about the training evaluation, it's not only about, okay, give me your feedback about the speaker, the trainers, and so on and so forth, and give us the feedback about the meals, logistic, and so on. But we mainly aiming for the feedback about the material, and also about what do you get and what's your action plan after the training. So we want to make sure that
Moko, I got to stop you there because I think last. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Sure.
Rote Moko. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear from the others. I think so much for sharing. That's tremendous. Looks like you have tremendous experience in terms of providing training. Could I just ask anyone else here, how have you done it in terms of whether you have got a team to support you, to help you, whether it's in your Rotary training or whether it is apart from Rotary? Can anyone just share with me? Eva, could you just help me to?
Yes.
Anyone?
Maybe how about the new facilitators?
Yes.
The young
can have
and new
the new
facilitators. Is Raja here?
Like that.
Anyone?
Share.
Give
Not at
chance
all.
to the new facilitators.
How do you do part of a team? Yeah.
Hello.
Raja, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe he's not in the room. Anyone else then? I'd like to hear, how have you done your training? And how would your team assist you? And what sort of resources do you need in order to conduct a successful training?
Myra has
Myra,
raised her
yes,
hand.
Myra.
Myra,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, is this something to do about Rotary?
It can be a part from Rotary. Just share your experience, what we have done, essentially.
Okay, because I'm in the
That's not better.
insurance industry, and I do a lot of training for risk management. So
Right.
first you're talking about your team, right? So I do have a team with me who reviews and conducts the audience. Let's say we analyze who are the audience, because we have to craft the training in such a way that the communication is on both sides. They would understand and it relates to their existing situation. And we make it as simple as possible, as what it was explained by PDG Jason Lim. And we make it short, because what we intend is the interaction and yes. So about Rotary, I had a training, I guess it's I invited PP Betty Abalos, where I invited a person to learn more about Rotary. And again, going back to Rotary, we've researched on the learning reference, and use it as a way to engage with the audience. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Myra. So was there a big difference between your own commercial experience in terms of insurance and doing it Rotary? One is pro bono, and the other, of course, you've got a backup of corporate resources. So how do you reconcile the two, commercial versus Rotary training? How do you find that?
Okay. It's difficult if you're doing with Rotarians, because you have to look at them at the same level as you are. Unlike if it's a corporate, it's your client, you have to look at the audience. Are they equipped? Are they skilled? Are they at that level? In Rotary, everybody is the same level. So we have to speak at the same level as everyone else. Yeah, so it's difficult if it's a Rotarian compared to non-Rotarians, I would say.
Okay, Myra, thanks. Yes, I can certainly empathize with you there, because in Rotary training, we are what you call basically servant leaders. Yeah, everyone, all peers, we're all friends there, and you know, unlike corporate, where of course if your employee relationship is a totally different level, and with your clientele, then it's also different. So these are the new challenges, and this is something that you will pick up the skills as you go along. How a Rotary audience, yes, as opposed to your clientele, as opposed to employees. Very challenging, but very interesting, I can assure you that. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for the sharing. So let's move on to next slide. That is basically just to get you all flowing. And I was hoping on a Friday evening, the energy in Jakarta or wherever you are in Indonesia is still flowing. So I hope that you guys will come in and participate in the discussion. Yeah. Okay, great. All right, let's talk a little bit about the types of training that we have in Rotary. As you know, that we have got mandatory training, but also optional training events, and some of these are topic-based and some are role-based. Yeah, the compulsory ones are the IA, the International Assembly for District Governor-elects at the zonal institutes. That, of course, DGE Renadi has just completed his virtual training, and now we officially will call him incoming Governor Renadi. Yeah, he's already graduated from the International Assembly. Is that right, Renadi? You have graduated, right?
Yes,
Yes.
PDG. Yes, PDG Leslie.
Congratulations, you have graduated. So officially, we can now call you incoming Governor Renadi. All right, and then you have your pets. I think globally, all over the world, we use the acronym PETS, pets. It's quite funny when I was a rookie, a new Rotarian say, what Rotary is going to do with pets? We are not SPCA, we are Rotary. Why we got pets? And in our district, we also have TETs and SETs. Of course, SETs is Secretary-elect, and TETs are for Treasurer-elects. So that's two. So in our district, 3300, we have got two pre-pets, pre-pets 1, pre-pets 2, and then we have a pet sets and TETs, followed by the district training assembly. So our club leaders go through quite a grind, quite a fair bit. How is it in Indonesia? Past Governor Eva, how many training normally have? Because you're such a big territory, such a big geographical spread in Indonesia.
Yes, okay. After this TOT, training for trainers, we're going to have DTTS, training for the district officers,
yes,
for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then followed by pets and now and also the secretaries, club secretaries and club officer.
Very good. Your club officers as well.
Yes.
So they were saying that Rotary, if you mispronounce it, is lottery, and if you have the board elect coming for training seminar, then you call it bets. So let's hope we do. Well done, Eva. You have got your training, because if it's not for virtual, those days were physical, you really got to fly people in all over the place, because we are very lucky. Our district is very compact. Only 7 states from Negeri Sembilan North to Perlis. So it's very, very compact district. So it's so easy to move around. So anyway, back to the training. So you have got that. So this is actually almost equivalent to your what we call GDLTS, those early days, group discussion leader training seminar, or now we call it facilitators training seminar. So Eva, this is equivalent to that, right? Your trainers
yes,
session,
exactly, yeah,
which is
yes.
very good initiative. Excellent. Very good. Thank you. And then, of course, you got the DTA, you got the district team training seminar, as you mentioned, your DTTS, and this is the other one, facilitators trainers training seminar that you are conducting now. And then we also have the role-based training. Yeah, for role-based training, they're either mandatory or highly recommended to organize, and in terms of attendance. Grant management seminar is, of course, mandatory for clubs that wish to participate in global grants, right, or district grants in certain districts. And then you have your vibrant club seminar. Some districts have combined the 3, public image, Rotary Foundation, as well as membership, into one combined 3-in-1, a vibrant club seminar. And then you have other district level seminars such as leadership, Rotary Youth Exchange, and quite a number that your club may have also organized. Yeah, a mini RILA, for instance, and things for youth as well. Okay, all right. So that's basically for the type of training that we have. Now, maybe we can go to a little short discussion here again. Let's go back. We talked about virtual training. Yeah, Jason had gone through the nuts and bolts with all of you. I'd like to hear from some of you about some of this training. during the pandemic, well, it is a new normal now, and we have all accepted virtual training, and some have gone into hybrid, and my district, we have decided that we should go in person. Yeah, because I think it's as long as we follow the standard operating procedures, the health guidelines. We have tested at home before we came in, and just now as we check in the hotel, we had to go through another round of tests again to make sure that we are negative. All right. So can anyone tell me, if you're going to organize training at a higher level, let's say you're going to train the assistant governors, yeah, AGTS, what is the most effective way of training? Would you prefer an in-person, hybrid, or virtual? Bearing in mind that it is still currently the situation, you know, Omicron is still around us and all that. Can anyone offer me? Why would you say that? Whether it's physical, hybrid, or virtual? Anyone like to raise a hand, or anyone can shout out? No one? Any of the past, any of the more senior Rotarians, surely you all have gone through your past assistant governors?
PDG, Leslie?
Yes, yes.
I want to share, I think it's for me virtual because it's about the COVID. So we must take care, and then later on we follow by the, if can, we will offline, in person. Yeah, thank you.
So sorry, you prefer in person if it's going to be AG's training. You prefer in person, is that right? Did I hear correctly?
Yeah, I prefer, but we already make the date on February 25 is still concern of the Omicron, so we are virtual. Yeah, thank you.
Very good. All right. What about incoming presidents, for your president-elect, for pets? In some districts, they're pre-pets. What is your practice in your district? Would you want to have that because of the large district? We are from Medan right down to Central Java. It's a very big district with traveling, and even before pandemic, when you all expect everybody to gather in one venue, certainly a challenge. So how would you like your pets to be conducted? Eva, is that going to be?
Okay, PDG Leslie. Initially, we wanted to do it in person, yeah, for pets and for as well for AGTS. However, due to the current condition, the DTTS will be virtual, and also the AGTS will be on virtual. So will be 18, 19, with 25, 26, and 27. So 25, 26. So online, we have DTTS for the district officer. They present the action plan based on the Rotary strategy priorities. And also on the 27, we're going to have AGTS also online training. However, if the next month, if the condition permits, situation get better, we might have in person. Yeah. Previously, what we do is that we divide into area. Yeah. For in-person training. We might do it later on, see how the situation is.
Okay, Bagus. Thank you so much, PJ Eva. So we have covered AGTS, we covered PETS, we covered DTTS. This group discussion leaders or facilities equivalent to what you have and you're doing virtually. The only disadvantage of doing this discussion leaders facilitators virtually is that if you have an in-person training, then you do not see the actual what's the difference between virtual and in-person. One, you see the kepala saja. The other one, you see at least the whole body, how you interact with the audience and all that. And I'm one for sure. I always prefer an in-person because then I can see the reaction of my audience. I can reach out to them. I can walk around the room. If it's virtual, it's a little bit restrictive, but just because of the current situation, I think this is the only way and the way forward. And we can get overseas speakers, like we are able to join in this program because it's now on a virtual mode. Otherwise, Eva to fly us into Jakarta. Can you imagine that? Flying Jason, flying Andre and myself, three of us to fly in and just to share this with you. But now it's so easy at the press of a button. Yeah. So the district training assembly then, Eva, let me get someone to answer. Yeah, I know you got all the answers there. DG N, would you like to share how would you like your district training assembly to be? If the whole situation improve, would you like an in-person? Would you like to be physical? Everyone gathering in a hotel somewhere in Jakarta or Surabaya or wherever? No, Surabaya is the other district. No,
No.
Surabaya is your district, right?
No,
Surabaya
it's the other district.
33440, sorry.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
the other
you. Thank you,
district.
PDG
Yeah,
Leslie.
Yes,
to,
so that's
to
sorry.
me,
Yeah.
to me, training in person is more effective because you can really meet and bond with people. But virtual is quite efficient, because of
That's
how
true.
we are
Very
located.
efficient.
But personally, I prefer
Cost
in person.
effective.
Yeah,
Thank you.
personally, I prefer in person. So hopefully, everything would the COVID would be okay, would diminish, so we can go back to having an in-person training. Thank you.
We are now looking at an endemic. We're hoping, just like Singapore, they're going to reach out to all of us to fly into Singapore in May for the launch of the ASEAN ICC, and Singapore is trying to provide us the vaccinated travel lane. So we hope that will open. And in Malaysia, we're talking about 1st of March onwards, we open our borders, but that is still subject to some discussion. But you are a true Rotarian, DJN, because as Rotarians, we really want to reach out someone, salam, say hi, and a hug or handshake or whatever. We need that physical contact. So unfortunately, we are not able to do that. And in fact, this evening, everyone was dying to get out there for our pre-pads and say, let's go to Kuantan and say hello to each other, physically. So well done. Now, but for grant management seminar, how many of you are involved in the Rotary Foundation? And how many of you have attended the grant management seminar conducted in Indonesia or by your district? Has anyone attended? And do you think this will be effective if it's going to be hybrid or virtual or in person for a grant management seminar under Rotary Foundation? Can anyone help me on that one? I'm sure some of you would have attended the grant management seminar, right?
Yeah. May I come?
Anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
I think for grant management, we can still do with virtual if necessary, because we are dealing with documents. So it can be shown by virtual. But if everything is better, of course, in person. But we can have also homework beforehand and then hangouts during virtual, because even I got Omicron. So don't take it lightly, just recovered from COVID. And I already got my stuff very well, but it's there. It's still reality. So we have to make do with whatever we
You're going to
can.
be a superwoman. You're going to be immune to all other variations of COVID now. You got Omicron already. So it's not a bad thing. So you are ready now, an immune lady. Okay, so past Governor Jason will of course say that he has done it successfully, all virtual training for his TRF with some difficulty, but we manage. And I think you're quite right, because for grant management seminar, it's not too bad for a virtual session. So finally, Vibrant Club seminar is quite similar. It's just about the membership, about public image. I think we can do it online quite successfully. You will agree with me. What about the DISCON, district conference? Seriously, district leaders, what do you think? Would you want your conference to be a virtual, just like we had the 2 RI convention that are virtual, we had an institute that was virtual? What about your own DISCON? How do you see that? New Zealand, South Island has just cancelled their conference. Very sad. They were all the numbers gone up. Their numbers only conference in a town called Balclutha in central South Island. Such a shame. So what do you think for DISCON? Anyone offer? Do you want do you think a virtual DISCON will be just as effective as or successful as an in-person DISCON? Can I hear from who else have not spoken? Any of the past governors? Raju, are you still in the room? If Raju is not in the room, then any of the assistant governors or any of the past president or anyone at all, does not matter.
DG Budi, PDG Leslie, because
I'm available.
That's
Yes, please. Raju, is that Raju?
Yes.
How are you, Raju? How do you think for your conference? Your conference was in person. You were not impacted by COVID, right, Raju?
No, I wasn't affected. I already booking all the hotels, but could not. I had to cancel because that was the start of the COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
start. 20. Yeah, that's the start. Okay. So how do you fare? How was your virtual conference?
I feel very bad because I made in a good hotel in Bandung, the 5-star hotel, and arranged
Oh my goodness.
and I had to
And the
cancel.
special highway is all ready. Your train is all ready from Jakarta to Bandung, right? It's all ready to welcome. Oh
Already
yeah, I know. This is a
already collected the participants, then I have to give back the money to everybody back.
Give back the money. I know. We're now working on refund. Just like our conference too. Your classmate over here, we invited past the then RI president, Mark Maloney, who was supposed to come to Malaysia, and we had big events, all the plans all laid out. Everybody was excited. March lockdown, and his was supposed to be in April. So unfortunately, we also had to go virtual. All right.
Yes.
So thank you so much for sharing. Thanks, Raju. Nice to see you on board. Okay, next, let's talk about training venue, my friends. A little bit of discussion here again. I hope you all will come in quickly and share your experience with us. Yeah, there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. Does not matter if you're Rotary rookie. You could have your training experience outside Rotary. We also want to hear from you. We want to learn from you. Okay, what are your considerations for selecting an in-person training venue? Right? Let's say you're going to have training pets, for instance, pets. Maybe about 70, 80 president-elects are going to attend a training, plus your training team, your incoming assistant governor. What sort of consideration would have to select an in-person training venue? Or your club would decide to have a fireside for your new members and also your current members, and your club size is about 30 members. What sort of consideration we have? Of course, you can have it someone's home, but let's talk about a venue, a commercial venue. Yeah, what do you think? Anyone like to share?
Yeah, can I?
Yes, please. Thank you.
I think when you want to decide of having an in-person training venue, you need to look at the location. So everybody who's going to attend, it's not too far, from most of the participants. Also, how are we going to have the training layout? Is that going to be breakout rooms? Is that, all those things has to be in consideration. And also we need to looking into the possibilities of a proper types of venue like hotels, and it's located in the central of the city. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Anyone would like to add to that? Anyone has got any further considerations for a good venue? What would you consider as a good venue? Location is one, of course. Affordability. How is the Indonesian experience of your club and in terms of a selection of a good venue? I had to keep Eva out of this because the Tentram Hotel in Jogja was just too good for us. It was a fantastic venue for our institute, yeah. But other than that, any other venues? Because we had the last institute in Jakarta in 2005, 2006, sorry, 2006-07. There was a good venue hotel as well. But what about your? Would you normally go for a 4-star hotel? Is that the standard in Indonesia? A good hotel? Is that the expectation of your members? Anyone? Anyone at all? Have you had training apart from a hotel? Have you had not in a hotel? Very exciting venue outside a hotel.
PDG Leslie?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I think we must find a good condition hotel about the aircon, the facility, and then a sound system backup. Yeah, we should find a good location. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. So it is very much about the comfort of hotel. Yeah, I think in ASEAN or in Asian countries, we all look at a 5-star hotel or a good hotel. But let me share with you, in Taiwan, there was a conference where they had it at a training college. One district had it at a training college, a teacher's training college. I don't think they need very much aircon. I think that time of the year in Taiwan was fairly cool. And they just served chicken rice in styrofoam pack, when styrofoam pack was still allowed in Taiwan those days. Yeah, so they had a very simple, modest conference. In New Zealand, most of the district conferences are never held in 5-star hotels. It's always either at a resort, right, whether in Queenstown or at a very nice location where it's comfortable, because they don't believe in jacket and suits. Their conference is very different. Yeah, it is more casual, business casual. Governor, the district leaders will come in business casual, meaning just jacket without tie, and the rest will just wear the club shirt, club t-shirt, or a corporate shirt, and they're quite happy with that. And it was very hands-on. Their conference is very hands-on, meaning you do a project as well. It's not just listening to speakers, but they participate in projects as well over that couple of days, the 2-day period. So it all depends on the culture, on the country. In the UK too, in the UK, some of the districts are very, they have it in the countryside, they have it in a very nice resort location, whether it's spa or something, not too expensive. They enjoy that very tremendously. But in our district, sure, a lot of them will say, hey, this is the latest hotel, just open up. Yeah, it's 87 floors and we've got a perfect view, rotating restaurant and all that. So could we use that? So we'll come to that in a minute. So we have covered all that, yeah, in terms of, except for the criteria for good training venue location. You mentioned the location, you mentioned accessibility, and of course, pricing is important. And it's very important that we also have good rapport with the hotel management. Some of you, perhaps the hotel general manager is a member of your club. So certainly that creates a leverage. Yeah, that certainly helps. Okay, let's talk about now layout and seating arrangement for training. Yeah, let's talk. Let's go through that a little bit. Now, we have various seating arrangements for training. We start off with a very simple, they call it either the theater, cinema, or seminar, where just rows of chairs. You have that at what? District conference, district training assembly practice. You call it theater. Is that a theater setup? Very common layout. And then you also have, for smaller groups, a U shape, a horseshoe, or sometimes a double horseshoe, a W. Yeah, you can see from the image there, yeah, that we have this particular one, U shape. And then you have the classroom style, which has got at the lower left hand, tables and chairs, very standard for if you're going to have an in-person grant management seminar or in-person PETs, you will want them to have a table, a desk, so they can write notes as well. All right. And then you have boardroom for a smaller group. And then you have banquet round table. In our district, we use banquet round table quite a fair bit for the group discussion exercises that we go through. Yeah. All right. And then we have more. We have also, you can have a half round table, cabaret, they call it, where you have 5 on a table. Now, because of SOP, most of the hotels, we do not sit 10 on the table anyway. So if it's going to be in-person training, 5 or 6 is just nice. And no one blocks the speaker. So you're seated on a half the table. Yeah. And then you have a chevron or the fishbone, which you have angled your tables and chairs so that everyone focuses on the center of the screen. Yeah. If you have just one big LCD screen and you want everybody focused, so you arrange it in an angle. And then you also have very rarely used in our district, more of the European and American clubs or training, they use the E shape or what they call the Western banquet, which is long tables and they face each other as though it's like a Western banquet, right? And then you have the hollow rectangle, which is quite common for group training, where you have tables arranged so that the center, there's a void or an empty space, all right? And sometimes the trainer can walk in. If the hollow in the center is large enough, the facilitator or trainer can walk and reach out to the participants as well. And of course, we have V-shaped as well. Yeah. All right. So let's do another a little bit of exercise. I'd like you all to just look at the many configuration that you can have. Can we just select any one of these and tell us which one you would use for what sort of training, and why did you select that particular arrangement for your training, right? Very simple exercise. Just tell me whether you've selected a crescent round or cabaret style, or why you selected a U shape, what sort of training, and how would that help you to facilitate your training, right? Could I have some volunteers, please? Anyone? Oops. Anyone at all like to share? Maybe Eva, you can start. Eva, you can break the ice first. Yeah.
Thank you, PDG Leslie. Normally in Indonesia, we do it on the U shape.
U shape, yeah. Okay.
Yes, because we allow the facilitator to walk around. Yeah.
Okay.
And easy also for eye contact for
right.
left and right. Yeah.
Okay, good. I think that is also replicated in our part of the world. I'm sure Jason also agree in Thailand. I think U shape is a very common setup that will enable the facilitator to move closer. And now, of course, we have to wear our mask if we don't want to move too close as well. Yeah. So this is the U-shape arrangement. Any other arrangement that you all have used?
Sorry, I see incoming AG Myra again. Raise her hand. The floor is yours, Myra.
Yes, thank you so much. Crescent rounds, because you can also have a presentation at the same time. They can work together to discuss. Yeah, if they wanted to share something, or it's like a workshop.
Yes, I agree with you. Yeah, I think the crescent round or the cabaret, I don't know, the Western style, they call it cabaret, because in cabaret, when they go for cabaret dinner, they want to watch the show. They seat them all half table, so everyone able to watch, and no one is blocked in that sense. So this is good for someone to do presentation. You can see the screen, and then you can have your small group exercise within the 4 or 5 on the round table. All right, good. Any others?
Actually, can I add on for the crescent rounds? Normally we do it for the discussion, like in IA for the spouse discussions, workshop. Yeah.
Nobody uses the round table. Everybody uses only half round table. Do you ever tried the full round table, meaning the banquet one?
It depends on the space available also.
Available, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That has a disadvantage, of course. Someone's back will be towards the screen, but you can sit more to a round table. And if the facilitator were to walk around and move around, and if it's just purely for what you call the cafe, world cafe style of discussion, then the round table banquet will work very well. Because then they discuss among themselves, they'll write notes on mahjong paper, and then they put it up, or they can put the post-it pads onto the board after they've discussed. And this is one setting that is very good for group discussion. Yeah. Anything else other than that? Anybody else would like to pick up any of this layout and share with us why you have used that, or what do you think is the advantage of using such a setup? Rosie, can we hear from you? I believe you, Rosie. Any of the setup?
Okay. Actually, I like the crescent round as well, especially during pandemic.
As well, okay. Crescent round.
During pandemic, because we can do group discussion.
Right.
Or if I could choose another one, it will be we can do the horseshoe probably, yeah.
Horseshoe, all right.
Do because I like to have discussion, so we can have small group discussion.
Yeah, horseshoe or U shape
kind of setup.
Like sepatu kuda, is it? Okay, horseshoe.
Horseshoe, yeah.
Great. Anything else?
Yeah.
Sorry. I see Arnel. He raised his hand. Arnel.
Yeah. Okay. PDG Eva. Actually, first of all, sorry if I cannot turn on my camera because the connection is not good.
It's okay. We can hear you well.
Yeah. Thank you, PDG. Personally, from my point of view, we often do RILA discussion That's why, according from my experience during having a RILA, I prefer the semicircle or compute circle. Why? Because in RILA, we expect each participant to know or can interact with each other. So by using that kind of shape, then they can know, they can see, the participant can see other participant as well, and then they can interact more using that. So the main focus is not, it's not on the presenter, but they can look their surrounding. Thank you, PDG.
Right. Okay, thanks, Anil. Yeah, I think for your RILA, for your road track, a lot of interaction that will be very good. You also have a certain arrangement where sometimes you want the person of power to be seated at one side, and sometimes you do not want that. You got to make it very neutral. There's certain arrangement, like for instance, the V shape, the person sitting at the apex at there, obviously it's like a board meeting. It's a chairman addressing, he's very senior, the leadership team of his corporation. Yeah, so you have that kind of thing. In Rotary, you probably want a little bit more neutral, a bit soft. When you lay out, and yet everyone can see the whiteboard, the white circle. But in Manila, when we did our AG's training 1 year in the auditorium, it was a complete circle. We all sat in a circle. The speaker would come in the center. And it was a very good, very. All right, anyone else? Okay, one more sharing of why.
Sorry, PDG Leslie, you have, I think 2 more minutes to go.
Is PDG Leslie freeze?
He's frozen, I think.
Yeah.
He's frozen.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's being.
Yeah.
IT, there's Daniel, can you share his slide? IT.
PDG Leslie came
back. There's 2 more slides to go.
PDG Leslie is back.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I think you missed my last point. There is option for training, but like you normally want to use those that you're quite.
Your bandwidth is weak. Yeah?
Betty or Eva, can you share with me how many more minutes I have?
Yeah, you have 2 more minutes.
Yeah, my bandwidth is already. Sorry?
Your bandwidth is low.
Low, yeah. How many more minutes I have, Eva? Then I
2
will
more
try to
minutes.
wrap up.
2 more minutes for your 2 more slides.
2 more minutes.
Because we need a Q&A
Okay,
as
I'll
well.
wrap up.
Q&A. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the bandwidth is low. Then we'll probably stop there. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. We hope you have picked up a few things like low.
Maybe IT can share the slide quickly.
Can't move my slide anymore.
DS Daniel atau Pepe Tulus.
Betty,
can
just
you
share my last 2 slides. Yeah.
Yeah. DS.
Last 2 slides, please.
Last 2 slides. Down. Last 2 slide.
Oh, no.
Bawah lagi. Last 2. Oh ya, ini anak 3, I think is 12 ya. 12 3.
Yeah, I think this one.
Budget.
13. That's all I have. That's all I have. 12 and 13.
How does your district allocate for the training budget?
No, we won't go through that, Eva. We don't have
Okay,
time
next,
for that.
please.
Yeah.
Next, please.
Next.
No, before this, there's one slide. After this, no. Yang 13 itu loh. After this. No, before summary, there's one slide. Ini. Ya, itu ya. Oh. Which slide you want? PG Leslie, which
That's
slide?
Okay. That's okay. I think that's the concluding, the final slide to show everyone. That's all. We won't go through the finance part. We can take so rapid for class leaders. That's more for the district training leaders, yeah? Right.
Thank you,
That's the last
PDG
slide
Leslie.
to do.
Thank you, PDG Leslie. You want to read the last slide?
The last slide.
DS bisa dikasih lihat last slide nggak, DS? Jangan kasih lihat mukanya.
Try to share again.
Please share his last slide.
Okay. Can you see that?
IT, share his
Can
last
you
slide,
see
please.
my
Yeah.
last slide now?
Yes, PDG Leslie? Are you with us?
Gone.
It's gone again.
Oh, I think we just conclude, yeah, or 9 o'clock. PDG Leslie?
It's gone.
It's gone. Okay, fellow Rotarians, sekarang sudah jam 9. Let us thank PDG Leslie for his informative and illuminating presentation. And sekarang kita open Q&A. May I invite back the first speaker, PDG Jason, to the floor. PDG Jason, can you pin PDG Jason, please?
Gone also.
No, he's here.
Is he?
Jason
Yeah.
also gone.
Also gone.
Yeah.
He told me he stay on
Jason
for the
is here,
Q&A.
but he's not here. He's not in on virtual.
Yeah.
His name's still here.
Can we proceed with the Q&A? PDG Jason? I saw him, he's here.
Yeah, his name is it, but you might want to call him to.
Yeah, PDG Jason.
On
Let
the
me
screen.
call him.
He's not on the
Eva, I'm here. I'm using my mobile phone, but I can
Oh,
hear you.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's PDG Leslie. He's using his mobile phone.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm using the phone. Sorry, my office, my hotel Wi-Fi is completely out. Too many hotel guests using the Wi-Fi, maybe. Hope you can hear me. Yeah.
And PDG Jason is coming in. I think he went for his short dinner. Okay. Fellow Rotarian, mari kita buka untuk pertanyaan. Ada pertanyaan, silakan ditujukan kepada dua speaker. Hello, especially the new incoming facilitators. AG as well, the floor is yours. Jangan malu-malu. You can ask in Bahasa as well, nggak apa-apa. Or maybe we can stop sharing, or we go back to itu atau gimana? Hello, fellow Rotarians. Any questions? Q&A. Maybe to break the ice, may I invite our advisor, PDG Rudolfo.
First of all, okay. First of all, I would like to express my thanks to our senior facilitators in GETS and GNTS. These are excellent. You can see the fluidity and the ability to be able to engage all of us, and we are very thankful for that. But I probably have a question to the two of them, because we are now training our younger generation to be a facilitator, because adult teaching, our clients are adults and they don't want to be treated like elementary school or high school lecture engagement. So the question now is how to build up the confidence of our younger generation to be able to share thoughts to senior, because in Indonesia, the gray hair you are, the more you know many things than the younger generation. And we are now moving into a new direction in life that we expect our younger generation to be active. And one of the challenges is the knowledge on Rotary. If you stand in front of 30 people and your knowledge in Rotary is very limited, then you will be trembling. So how do you share your experience?
Jason, would I start first?
PD Jason, can you start first?
Okay, let me start first. Very good question. Thank you, Pak Rudy. It really depends on your audience. Just now mentioned that when you are a facilitator, first of all, if you are on membership, make sure you read the training course online first. All right. You will definitely face some Rotarians who already know what is the answer, but they intentionally test you. What are you going to do? If you notice, I use a common changing. Environment is changing. So is Rotary. Senior Rotarians may have knowledge, but it may be outdated. This is where when you throw a question, always beginning with there is no right and wrong answer. One trousers cannot fit all. It's your experience, best practice, and you share with everybody. All right. Pak Rudy is right. Before you conduct a lesson, make sure you read the most updated topics. Get yourself prepared. And even if the answers given by your participant do not go in line with what you think, as a facilitator, them just say yes, it may work in certain areas, and it's a good idea. This is one of the example. Encourage the club to try it out if it is suitable to their club culture and their groups of Rotarians. This is how we normally invite. When you face a shy participant, what are you going to do? I have tried that just now. Use words to encourage them. You know, it may work, it may not work, but at least you try, start the ball rolling. Use words like beautiful, a pretty young woman facilitator. Somebody will answer, but somebody will not. All right. So keep on inspire them. Find ways. Do not force them. And Leslie just now has used a very good example. He make a sort of request assistance from Eva and some of the PDGs. And once the ball start rolling, it will start. It will start. So this is the way, no matter how, don't give up. Try all sorts of ways, make sure they participate. And when they participate, always recognize them. Always recognize them. Because just imagine when your participant answer your question, you do not recognize them and say, no, I don't think so, this is the right way. It actually discourages your participant, other participants to contribute. All right. This is my share of thoughts. Leslie, you want to add on?
Sure, Jason. As I would like to just add a little bit more. Thank you. I think you have covered the topic very well. Essentially, I think for the rookies or younger Rotarians, jangan takut. It's just imagine the audience in front of you. They are basically your uncles, aunties. I think in Rotary, they will accept if you have some misstep along the way and you have made a little bit of mistake. They're okay. They're a very forgiving crowd. Yeah, but you must know the facts. You must do your background work. Yeah, you cannot go on to share a topic with them which you absolutely you have got very little knowledge. So just be very careful. Just read up a little bit more on the topic. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's substance over matter. If your delivery style, the way you smile at them and the way you charm them, it's okay. I think they will accept that. And in Indonesia, if you have got Toastmasters Club, it's a very good collaboration now with Rotary. We are starting, incorporating the Toastmasters program into Rotary as well. And the Toastmasters are also like the idea that we've got Rotaract clubs in colleges and universities. So they want to make the inroad, like the interactors and all that. They want to bring it down to the school level. So we are signing an MOU with the Toastmasters. We like your training program, on leadership and public speaking. But in Rotary, it is not just about pure public speaking skills. You must empathize with your audience. Once you are able to empathize with your audience, you tahu apa dia nak, you know your audience well, you're able to share your topic. I think once they see you on stage, the way you speak confidently, you're okay. So do not worry about it too much. Yeah. So that's basically, I started that journey years ago. My first exposure for Rotary was my first year in university in New Zealand in 1976, February, when I was invited to speak about Malaysia during the World Understanding Month in the local Rotary Club. So invited me. So I spoke a little bit about Malaysia, shared with them. I was just a young university kid, first year, but that got me excited about Rotary, what it's all about. I said, hi, I'm talking to all these Rotarians, very senior people and corporate leaders and all that. So it's quite an exciting journey. And I'm sure you'll find it too. All right. So all the best, not to worry. Thank you.
And keep smiling, right?
Yes, keep smiling.
Yeah. Keep smiling.
May I share a little story because PDG Rudy is my guru.
Yeah, the guru. He's our guru also.
Yeah.
He's my guru.
May I share just very short story? Because I was my first exposure was asked by PDG Rudy to be the presenter that like 15 years ago in dealing with difficult people, and I had to speak in Bandung where all the Rotarians were professor, doctors, lecturer, and I was this so very small person has to talk to them.
Technology Bandung, ITB semua. I see.
Yes, they are lecturer, they are professor, doctor. So I thank you, PDG Rudy. That was really a good lesson. And yeah, I was a bit trembling with this professor doctor, but they received me very well because if I don't know, I just give it back to PDG Rudy, the question. So I was thrown and then I was just thrown into the swimming pool. I just swam and then tried my best. That was like 15 years ago.
Very good.
So
thank you, PDG. PDG Rossi for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. May we have opportunity for the another question for the young facilitators, the incoming facilitators? I think there are about 20 or 30 of them here. We're going to be conducting a district training program. Anyone volunteer? Anyone? They're a bit shy. You can speak in Bahasa.
Right.
Boleh bahasa. Kami cubalah menjawab dalam bahasa.
Yes.
Eva,
yes.
Before they raise their hand, let me start this way. This session, I have actually intentionally do some bad practice and some best practice. All right. Can any one of you tell me what bad practice have I committed? Because I did very different session. Because today we are training the trainers. I intentionally want all the incoming facilitator to know what are a good practice and what are a bad practice. By saying without giving example, you may forget. All right. I have actually done it intentionally. And as an incoming facilitator, can somebody tell me what I have did bad practice. Pak Rudy, you agree with me with this approach?
Yep.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes, please tell me. Don't be shy. We must treat each other as friends. All right.
Any volunteer, any taker, or can I call on them? Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Incoming
Hi,
AG,
PDG.
incoming AG yang
Ah.
outspoken. How about sorry?
DGE.
Oh,
DGE.
DGE. Okay, DGE.
Yeah, I think is the eye contact. The good one is eye contact and keep
Okay.
smile.
Very
The
good.
bad one is pulling, I think.
What is
Pulling
that?
cannot. The pull,
Sorry?
the pull.
The
Just
pole
now
is
cannot.
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Anything
the
else?
pole is not on his side. The pole is on
Oh.
our side.
No,
Okay.
it's also on my side. DG is right because
Yeah.
I did not do the rehearsal.
Yeah, you did not
As
come
a
earlier.
facilitators, we should do rehearsal. So when you are incoming facilitators, always ensure even your training dealer did not ask for it. As incoming facilitators, please ask for it so that you ensure that all the checklists are done. All right.
We did request,
Very
in
good.
fact, for you to be here at 6.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I intentionally don't turn up because I want to show your bad practice so that you'll know. Because by saying you will not see, seeing is believing. So when we see, this is the bad practice that we have done, and I show you how I'm going to tackle this situation to solve the problem because people make mistakes, right? So the more important thing is that once we know we have made this mistake, how are we going to rectify? Because some facilitator may get panic and do not know how to continue. But you see how I reacted to it, you know? So this is the way that I'm trying to show to all the incoming facilitators.
You're
Okay,
a very good actor.
Very good. So these are the two points. There is another few points that I did. Anyone has observed it?
Can I call on them? Sorry.
I think DG Budi want to
Okay,
make some
DG
comment.
Budi, silakan.
I think you try to copy the quotes said by the PDG Andre wrongly.
Yep. Okay, that is one of it because I should get myself prepared. I should read the lesson learned and take down notes and do not ask again. You know. So yes, this is also one of the point. There's another 2 points. There's another 2 points that I've intentionally made.
Any volunteer, any takers? Should I call upon them? Representative satu dari facilitator, satu dari AG. AG dulu gimana? Sorry, tidak ada volunteer. May I call names, PDG? Yeah, how about incoming AG yang sangat vibrant ini? Ivy from Cinere.
Thank you, PDG Eva. Good evening, PDG Jason Lim and PDG Leslie.
Yes.
Good evening. First time, I'm sorry because my throat is very.
Understand.
Yeah, okay. So I think to be a good facilitator, I mean from the day one with PDG Andre and until today, day 2, I think it's very important thing is create your own style. Create your own style. It's make it your confident, and then make it be yourself, and then you have the ciri khas. What's the mean the ciri khas? And unique person maybe. And then if you're confident and you know about this topic or issue, I think you can speak in the front on the audience, make it your comfort. Maybe that's my opinion. Thank you, PDG.
Okay, let me share with you. Let me share with you. Okay, one of my bad examples. If you notice, I did not put in the objective of my session. All right.
Which
So
I have reminded also.
Correct. You reminded me, but I intentionally don't do it because I want to let the participant notice. All right. So this is very important. Every session we must have an objective. Okay, that's another one. Another typical bad practice that I have done. Okay, I've tell you not to use too many wordings in the slides. Remember the effective visual training. Okay, I have put quite lengthy wordings and all this. Okay, my main purpose is after the session you all can use it and read, but I intentionally commit mistakes by going through lines by lines. That may be a disturbance to some of the participants. So as a facilitator, we try to avoid that. You get what I mean? Because I really say, we are not slides reader. We are facilitators. So I show you the bad practice so that you know. Because when I say, you will not be able to visualize. But when I do it intentionally, you look at the chat box. You look at the checkbox, you will see the comments. All right. Don't get disturbed or angry about it, because these are actually true participants that have noticed, and it's a good lesson learned for all participants that we do not commit these mistakes again. For other participants, they may not be frank enough to say. They just say,
Gua nggak bisa tinggalin komputer, gua lagi
this or
kontak
that,
meeting, gua gini.
this and that. But we will not improve in terms of training. You get me? So this, although I did not read word by word, but I'm trying to explain in details. That may cause frustration to some of the participants. But it's good that we know, because this is a trainer session, best practice and have the bad practice. So we know, balance up. And I wish you all the success for your future facilitation, and you will do, I'm confident that you will do very well. And in RI recommend adults learning is more on facilitation. All right. So these are the few points that I want to bring up to you. All right. So that you take note and become a good facilitator. Thank you very much. Yes. Any more question? Yes. Winner. I saw Winner. Is that Winner raising his hand?
Oh, no, I'm not raising hands, PDG. I just make thumbs up.
Oh, thumbs up. Oh, thank you very much.
Thumbs up. Okay.
Thank you very much. So any other questions that we can answer you?
Sorry. Anyone, before we close the session? Anyone? Last call? Or PDG Leslie, you want to add something before we close the session?
Just to, yeah, thanks, Vijayeva. I think this is an excellent session, even though it's virtual. Of course, if you do this kind of session in person, it will help, because then you're able to guide the person's body language, how you deflect questions. But I think a lot of the techniques has been discussed, and I think your attendees here would have taken heed. I think it was a tremendous. I looked at the slides. I think it was very good content that you had. So I think you will get up for better things. I think your facilitation level will be better. And I'm also amazed with the standard of English now amongst the Indonesian Rotarians. So well done. In fact, you speak very good English these days compared 30, 40 years ago. When I first went to Bandung at ITB, Bosca Observatory, where some of the UC lecturers, even their Bahasa English at that time wasn't that good. But I think now generally your young Indonesian adults speak good English. So well done. So I think that's important because this is an international language for you to communicate with anyone overseas in a Rotary world. So keep it up, practice, practice, and more practice. So in Rotary, I mean, in speech making, they always say ABC and XYZ. ABC is always be cheerful. XYZ, especially if you're a male, examine your zippers before you address the crowd. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Give a big applause to these two great trainer, experienced trainer. Thank you so much, PDG Jason and PDG Leslie, for all the pointers, suggestion, advice, and sharing experiences. And this has been a very productive and meaningful session for all the trainers and for all the incoming facilitators. I believe everyone tonight together, and same as me, we have learned a lot from both of you, learning new things, and everyone take notes for this. And once again, thank you so much. I will give the floor back to the MC. Please, speakers, be here again. I give the floor back to our MC, Pepe Betty.
Yes, thank you, PDG Eva.
Yeah.
In appreciation to our very interactive session tonight with our speakers, trainers, PDG Eva, will you please hand over the certificate?
Aye, siap.
For PDG Jason and PDG Leslie.
Aye. Yeah, siap. MC Betty.
Host, please, the certificate.
Can we have the certificate, please? Host.
So while waiting for the certificate, let me give another tips for all incoming facilitator. Just now, I remember PDG Rudy says that if you face a more senior Rotarians, what should you do? All right, you will definitely face. All right, do not feel inferior. Treat them like a friend, an older friend. All right, always remember you are not there to teach. We are all here to share. So when you have this thinking and you prepare yourself with the updated Rotary knowledge, you will feel more comfortable and more freely to share. Think that I'm here to teach. Then you will have the pressure. These are the PDGs. These are the senior Rotarians. They are better than me. Who am I going to teach? But remember, when I started my lesson, I said that today I'm not here to teach, but we are here to share. It's a different way. See, like PDG Rudy, he's my guru. All right, he is more knowledgeable than me. But how am I break the ice? I treat him like a big brother. I'm not here to teach him, but we are here to share both best practice and bad practice, so that all incoming facilitators will benefit from it, and you have a good training session. So with that, I'm sure the certificate is ready. This is additional for you. Thank you very much.
And also be confident, right? Be confident,
yes,
as a facilitator. Yeah.
Be confident, but please do not be overconfident.
Okay, certificate time. From Rotary District 3410, Imagine Rotary. Certificate of Appreciation presented to PDG Jason Lim for the generous sharing of his valuable knowledge and as resource speaker on training for trainers, Day 2, Rotary District 3410, with the topic online training session. Dated Jakarta, 18 February 2022, signed by DGE Rionaldi Wong and your truly, myself, Eva Kurniati. And thank you so much, PDG Jason. Sawadika. And also Kapunka. Thank you so much, my good friend. Next, please. Okay. And also a certificate issued by District 3410. The theme this year is Imagine Rotary. Certificate of Appreciation presented to PDG Leslie Salehuddin for the generous sharing of his valuable knowledge and his resources speaker on training for trainers, Day 2, Rotary District 3410, with the topic Managing Rotary Training Session, dated Jakarta, 18 February 2022, and signed by DGE Rionaldi Charles Wang and you truly, myself, Eva Kurniati as District Training Chair. Thank you so much, PDG Leslie. Terima kasih.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for all the valuable
Thank you.
contributions and all the good pointers. Highly appreciated. And I also now give the floor back to the MC again.
Okay, this is the best part of the session. Let us capture this significant moment with PDG Jason and PDG Leslie. Let's have a photo session. May we request
Unfortunately, I don't have the backdrop.
Yeah, can we have the can we have the view? Can you stop sharing? Jadi kita bisa lihat the view ya. Yeah.
Okay, please.
Gallery view. Photographer Pepe Tatang, the best photographer.
Let's have us.
Okay.
Ready?
Open the cam. Siapa yang belum?
Pipi Tatang.
Okay.
Pause and folio. And folio first. Yeah. And folio.
Okay, the second page. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
folio is up.
3. Okay. What's the second?
Second, serve with heart.
Okay.
Now let's have fun.
So with heart, yes, so with heart.
Okay, the first page. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, the second page. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
With love.
With love, yeah.
Oh,
with
with love. Okay, the second.
Love-nya apa yang gede? Wah, love
Okay,
with love, with love, yeah, with love.
Okay, please prepare. 1, 2, 3. Second page.
Oh,
that's a big one, Betty. Big heart.
Yes, a bigger love.
Okay. Oh, big one. Okay, here now. Okay. Okay, yeah, like this, yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and the second page. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
And my apology, I did not see earlier the RRE. Bernard, welcome. Terima kasih telah bergabung. Thank you. The young leaders, thank you. Yeah, DRRE.
DRR also.
Yeah, DRR ada DRR-nya juga. Thank you for joining DRR and DRRE. Rotary International has encouraged myself to appoint Rotaractors for the public image on the zone level. So starting next year, our 2 Rotaractors will be on the zone level for public image. Yeah, there will be the assistant public image. They will travel to Pakistan. They will travel to Bangladesh. They will travel to Philippines with me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's move on.
So any Rotaractors as ARC?
No, we do not have that. But Jennifer Jones, she encouraged me to select 2 best Rotaractors, to be the ARP.
Yeah.
And they are allowed to go to Evanston and paid by Rotary International, and they're allowed to travel as well.
Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
Moderator.
Okay.
That's good news, but we still have lessons learned. Do you want to know what lessons learned?
Yeah, we have not had a lesson learned. Yes. We are so
Lessons
excited. Yeah, lesson learned from our DG and Dita.
Yeah.
The best.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me share a slide. Ooh.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Sorry. I just prepared this, so my apologies if I don't do justice to what you have presented, PDG Jason and PDG Leslie.
No problems, not to worry. Not
It's
to worry.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Wait, I have to show this on the slideshow. Okay. All right. Okay, today we have learned a lot about effective virtual training from PDG Jason. First, we need to understand, we have understand better between in-person versus online training and how to face the challenges doing either one of them. And the advice from PDG Jason is we need to really prepare and then use of technical support, get familiar also with the virtual software online tool, which I'm trying to do now, hopefully. And the key thing is must use laptop, because then you will enable to share screen, and that's quite important. And then have a strong Wi-Fi signal. We don't want to lose like we lost PDG Leslie just now, so we make sure we have a strong Wi-Fi signal. And lighting is critical because we want to see your face while making the presentation. And then we also been given tips for making slides presentation, which PDG Jason have shown some of the bad practices that he did on the slides. Lots of words, so actually more speaking than words. So you have to have your own word. And to help you, the key is write the slide script, because then you don't overrun the time. Is that right?
Yep.
And also rule of the time is 1 slide per minute, so you can manage your time. And then you need to set the tone for learning. You need to make sure you prepare the agenda, have house rules, get to know all the participants, greet, connect, calm. And then this is what I like. Practice, practice, practice. So practice makes perfect. So everybody make sure you do lots of practice, and just go to the gents or to the ladies and
Look at
talk in the mirror and see how you do it. And hopefully this is one of the things that we don't do right today, because we don't end meetings on time.
Yep.
So we overrun, but we're having fun. So that's the downside of virtual, but actually it's upside because we are having a fellowship together. And the important thing, this message is make sure the facilitator seek resources from the District Training Assembly Leaders Guide, because this will help each one of us a lot. Also, go into the Rotary Learning Center. This is like the advice from PDG Eva during the opening of this training. So this will help you, guide you be a great facilitator. And some tips on becoming a successful facilitator, which we listened from PDG Jason, also from PDG Andre last on the 15th. You have to listen, questioning by probing, and then you have to share, like we heard today from PDG Jason, help some problem solving. And one of the key thing is time management. Also, we have some techniques on verbal and non-verbal communication, which we also hear from PDG Andre. And then managing participants. Like I'm sure, and I do feel when PDG Jason is trying to get people to share. And well, we facilitator may face those things. So we need to really manage participants. That's from PDG Jason. Next is from PDG Leslie. We hear about some mandatory and optional training events. What we are having now is one of the mandatory trainings. As a Rotarian, there are things that we need to go, like, well, DGE, those who's going to be a DG, there's a DG International Assembly. Sorry, it's not in person because it would be lots of fun. So it's still virtual. And then they're coming up, there are PETs and DTTS and all those things that's necessary to be done by the district. Also, there's a topic-based and role-based. So the role-based is like the grant management seminar that it is mandatory or highly important to be attended. And PDG Leslie also discussed about training concept, in-person, hybrid, or virtual, which most of the training right now is virtual. Even I prefer it in person because there's a lot of personal fellowship in it. And then PDG Leslie also discussed about the consideration for training venue for in-person training. That's a lot of work. And he shared about a lot of room layout that should meet your training objectives to be used. That's it. I think we missed the training budget, but that's up to the district itself. So that's what I captured. Hopefully, I've done justice to the very inspiring speaker.
Well done. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done, DGND. Well done.
Very good,
and lesson learned will be on your side every session. On your part. Thank you again, my good friends, PDG Jason Lim and PDG Leslie, who is right now in Kuantan, and he make an effort. Yeah, using his mobile phone. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Terima kasih banyak. Thank you so much. And for the incoming facilitators, please do go to to remind you to get more resources. Learning center. When I was like a few years ago, PDG Rudy always called me, Eva, go to the learning center. I never forget that. So you can get a lot learning center. I can share with you some material also I get from other district. They call it the Rotary Ongoing. I got a lot of material I can share with the facilitators, and the AG. Thank you so much again. We have a very meaningful and productive session. Don't you think so, everyone? Yeah, big applause again to our speakers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Thank you. Yeah. DGE, you want to close? DGE, you want to close it?
This second training for trainers has come to an end. I hope you remember all that we have learned. And maybe DGN Dita will share the lessons learned. And to the speakers, trainers, may we share your materials to the incoming facilitators?
Sure.
Yeah, we have the material. IT support has everything. IT support. Okay. Daniel.
Yes, so rest assured to our incoming facilitators, rest assured that all the materials will be posted in our WhatsApp group. Okay. May I invite our convener, District Governor-elect Rionadi Wong, for the closing remarks. DGE, the floor.
Okay, thank you, Baby Betty. First of all, I thank you for all DGN for the lesson learned. It's very good, very clear and then detail. I think I know that Jason Lim, PDG Jason Lim is from maybe 2015 in the district conference of PDG EVA.
Yeah.
At that time we meet.
He was
and
drinking
then
Blue Label
after
all the
that
time.
we are going to Bangkok RI convention that time. It's a good convention also. And then I know the PDG Leslie is when 2007, I remember that time I joined the club. I joined the club Gombak meeting. Yeah. Gombak meeting. Novus Hotel.
Yes,
so,
thank you.
From Rotary, I know that we engage with member. That's why I talked to CP Werna that time to create a charter, a new club in Balikpapan. We can engage into our international Rotarian. So I thank you for the speaker, the great speaker, the competent speaker. I know that PDG Jason also the GNPS trainer and GETS trainer. Yeah, it's good. Thank you for that. And then I also improve English in this Rotary. Yeah, because I didn't use in Indonesia. We use the bahasa. So I like to thank you also for the participants. Semua peserta malam ini masih tetap antusias sampai jam sekian. Speaker udah beda 1 jam. CP Werner juga beda 1 jam. Lebih lambat, udah late night ya. Terima kasih atas partisipasinya interaktif. Kepada speaker sekali lagi. Terima kasih untuk memberikan training kepada fasilitator yang luar biasa sehingga bisa dipakai di distrik Indonesia. Tentunya Indonesia masih tetap pakai bahasa Indonesia, ya kan? Jadi Inggris adalah kita second language. Jadi kami juga tetap masih belajar bahasanya sehingga memperdalam. Ya, kap kungkap ya, PDG. PDG Jason kap kungkap ah. Terus PDG Leslie sama ya, terima kasih. Bahasa Melayu juga sama, terima kasih. Terima kasih kepada semua peserta malam ini, luar biasa. Saya juga invite road tractor supaya bisa meneruskan generasi muda, karena kalianlah yang meneruskan Rotary. Yang sudah senior umurnya bertambah, yang muda umurnya bertambah, tambah pintar. Itu aja. Terima kasih. Selamat malam.
Malam. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a good rest.
Thank you.
Stay
Stop
healthy.
dulu untuk closing ya.
Good night everyone.
And
Stay
to
safe.
all
Closing
the
ya.
facilitators,
Malam
nanti
semuanya. Terima
facilitators,
kasih.
presentasinya akan saya share di grup ya, di grup facilitators
Halo,
ya,
terima kasih.
di grup
Thank you.
facilitators.